Okay, welcome. Thank you very much for clicking on. Got a bit of a haul video for you today. I'm going to share some absolutely amazing things I've bought at car boot sale, tell you what I paid for them, what I hope they're worth, and so forth. So if you're another reseller and you want to be an antique dealer or anything and you want to see what things to buy and sell on for a profit, then hopefully the film will give you a bit of inspiration. Or if you just want a bit of entertainment, sit back and enjoy as I show you some of my finds. So should we get started? Everything's been bought at car boot sale, local to me, and I've had some absolutely stunning things. I'm going to start off with this big thing. That is an antique butter churn. I think it's an early 20th century example as opposed to 19th. A bit stiff, but it does work. Just going to need a bit of freeing up, a bit of using. But he is there. It's missing the lid. Unfortunately, there's no lid, and it is in a mess. Look at the rust and look at the state of the wood. And as you just saw, it's almost seized. It will go round, but it's really stiff. So, yeah. So I'm going to do a bit of a restoration job on this. I'm going to strip the wood down, strip the metal down, and yeah, hopefully turn it into a beautiful looking antique that can be displayed. It's never going to be used again, but I tell you what, it is absolutely gorgeous. It's got the maker's mark around it. Strode something. Hampton of Strode, or whatever that is. Strode Hampton. W. Hampton of Strode. So, I haven't looked them up. I would assume it's an early 20th century model. It's a good size. But what I'm going to do on this, I'm going to take my wire brush to all the iron, and then I'm going to back the black and stain all the iron strapping. I'm going to clean all the wood back with the purple spirits, take all the dirt out of that, then I'm going to clean it and wax it with a stain and free all this rust up and hopefully get it looking beautiful. So that was the first piece I bought. If I was to sell her in its current condition, it's probably going to be £35, £40, £45. If I can clean it up, get it looking amazing, then I'm putting a bit of work into it, but I think it could be £100, £125 if it's glowing and beautiful, and it'll be a beautiful asset on display in a shop somewhere. I also purchased with it, I haven't told you the price yet for a reason. I purchased with it this beautiful barrel. Now, there's some markings down the side of the barrel there. You can see where it's had worm in the past, the little dots. I have tapped it, and there's nothing coming out, so I presume the worm is long dead. It's got iron handle again. Unfortunately, the bolt here has come out of there, so I don't know how I'm going to repair that. Now, I could possibly get it rethreaded, but then I'd have to put a new hole, so that's not going to help me. So I'm not sure how I'm going to get that original bolt back into the hole unless I weld it with a tiny spot of weld. That may be an option. I'd rather see a little bit of weld there than not have the original hook. But again, I'm going to wire brush all this down and get it looking really, really nice in that. Clean all the strapping up with the straps. So I'm going to clean all the strapping up and I'm going to see how good I can get it looking. Is it a spirit barrel or is it for carrying curds or something like that? I don't know. It came in with the butter churn, but it's an interesting barrel nonetheless. As it is, it's probably £10 or £15 as an interesting barrel, but if I can restore it, you're talking £35, £40 for a beautiful restored and polished up barrel. So that's the second piece I bought. Well, actually, I had 4 pieces. Then I purchased this off the gentleman, all off the same seller. We have powder flask. Parts. It's complete. The powder flask is there. The leather pouch is here. And the actual, release mechanisms there. It has just come apart and needs restitching back together. However, it has shrunk slightly, so it would have to be soaked and stretched again and then restitched. So whether it be sold on as parts for somebody to use or for repairs, or whether somebody would actually take the time to restore it, I don't know. It is a nice early powder flask. It cost me £3 the powder flask because it comes separate to the other pieces. So this on its own cost me £3, and I think it's still £15 or £20 just for parts if somebody wants it as parts, because the leather's not split or ripped or holes. It is literally just come apart on the stitching, and the mechanism is there. So I'm still going to chuck 20 quid or 25 quid on it and let somebody buy it as a repair job. But I had this. Absolutely gorgeous powder flask. It's not a military one, unfortunately. It has got some markings on there. Bear with me. So on this side is improved best quality is stamped on that side, and on this side Sykes patent, Sykes patent. So it's a Sykes patent powder flask. It's in working condition. It's a lovely thing. Little dent up there, or a little indentation in the leather. But yeah. So I bought the powder flask, the barrel, and the butter churn for £40. What do you think? That's a £40 to £50 powder flask on its own. The two pieces, I'm going to make videos on restoring them, and I'm going to enjoy restoring them, bring them back to life. I'm going to make the videos, so it'll be content for the channel, and then I'll get to sell them, and you're probably talking about £150 for the two if I can restore them how I want to. So that's not bad, is it? That all come off one gentleman, and I was very, very pleased with it. Next, I have this. Beautiful. Look at the iridescent finish on that. It's a hand-blown vase, crimped in the top. It's Allum Bay, Isle of Wight. Still got the label on it. There you go. The Allum Bay glass, studio glass vase. This cost me £2, and well, what can I say? It's a good size. It's about 10.5 inches tall. It's in good condition with no chips or cracks. It's got this beautiful oily iridescent on there. I'm not sure if they literally chuck salt or some sort of chemicals in the furnace when the glass is in the firing to get this finish. That might make an interesting video one day. But I absolutely love the oily iridescent finish. It's like when you chuck a bit of petrol in the river, or you've got a bit of oil on the in the puddle, or if you've got a bit of oil on the floor and it rains, and you know that like rainbowy finish. That's what's on the glass. It's a gorgeous thing. So yeah, it's that. Cost me £2. I think it's somewhere between £20 and £30 comfortably. I'll probably put £25 on that. Some people are asking 40s and 50s, but I'll be more than happy sort of £20, £25. It's a lovely thing, as I say. It only cost me £2. This is one of my favourite buys of the week. Let's have a look at it. Look at that. This is not one of those 24% pressed crystal overlay that you see from Poland or things like that. This is fully hand-cut crystal. Every bit of this, all this pattern is all beautifully hand-cut. All these, it's all hand-cut. It's flashed and overlaid. Then you've got this beautiful big ball note there and the beautiful step foot. It is quite spectacular. What a fruit bowl. Now, I haven't identified it yet. I searched, I was really hoping it was Waterford. Couldn't find a Waterford example. However, there is an identical bowl by Stuart Crystal, Beaconsfield. Slightly different rim, very similar pattern, exactly identical foot with the ball note and the exact same shape on the diamond step end. So, absolutely stunning thing. Now, this cost me £15. That's all it cost me. It's massive, the size of it. If you was to buy that from a factory shop, if it's Stuart Crystal, Waterford, Edinburgh Crystal, you're up in the mid to high hundreds. You really are. This is a master cut piece. And as I said, this is all hand cut crystal. It is not pressed glass. It's absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. If it turns out it's Bohemian, it's still going to be £200 to £300. If it turns out I can identify it as an Edinburgh, Stuart, Waterford, something like that, once I finish doing the research, then you're talking more mid-hundreds. By the way, £15 is in beautiful condition. It is just spectacular. That is as good as it gets in this this flashed cut crystal range. And as I say, if it turns out to be Bohemian, it's still going to be a premium. But most of the foreign ones you see like this are that 24% crystal with the cheap flash in and it's all pressed in. This has been fully flashed and hand cut back. It is spectacular. So, fingers crossed. I'm going to search. I use a company called replacements.com and they have all the different manufacturers, Waterford, Edinburgh, Stuart, you name it, they have them all. And I'm going to literally sit down one day. That is good enough to justify the research, and I'm going to go through it, looking for the pattern. If I can find who done the pattern, then I can find the bowl. It's spectacular. £15. If anybody's watching overseas, the conversion rate is £10 is about $12.50. So you work that out, and it's come in for $20. It's spectacular. Seriously, I can't tell you just how good that is. And for £15, I was jumping up and down. You okay, sweetheart? That's okay, babe. My beautiful little girl is homesick, so she's sitting down doing some arts and crafts. Next, we have this. It's a really, really nice painting. It's Welsh. And it is Bedwellty Church, dated 1923 by Obedire Hodges. And he travelled around painting Welsh churches and things. He's a listed artist. So you have a Welsh church, Welsh artist, beautifully done, really good painting. You can see the size there. It's a good size. Now, I paid £20 for this. And I've looked online and his prices range. Some auction houses, I can't see the results because I don't pay to subscribe. But some auction houses have put a 40 to 60 estimate. Some have put it 80 to 120 estimate. So it's going to be comfortably £100 painting. So I'm going to be putting in probably 95 on it. I pay 20, I'll put 95 on it and I'll leave it sit there. But Welsh artist, Bedwellty Church, you know, what can I say? Listed artist and it's local. So that could go to somebody who lives in the area who wants an original antique painting by a Welsh listed artist. £120, something like that I'm going to put on it. You okay? Again. You had a hug in the last video, didn't you? Do you want to say hello to him this time, man? Or are you still shy? You're still shy. She's been home. She's been being sicky all weekend, so she's home for another day or so. You know. You're beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, love you.
Yeah.
I know. Go finish your picture then. Let me finish my film, okay?
Sure.
What are you doing? What are you making? Shall I show the picture you just made me? How wonderful is that? Do you want to tell them who it is? Hang on. Give me my arm. Who is that?
Daddy.
And that?
Daddy.
And that?
Daddy.
Yeah, that one?
Daddy.
That's you, isn't it? And that one? And this one? And these two down here?
Those cookie.
So there are rabbits. That's our dog. That's her brother and sister over there, and her mummy and me. So she's doing pictures and arts and crafts today, you know. Right, go and finish your picture then for me, and let me finish this, okay?
Sorry.
Okay, I'll see you in a minute now. Love you. So, what do you think? That painting, Beautiful quality painting. He's a listed artist. I've talked myself into upping the price to about 120, 125. And if it don't sell, do I care? No. For £20, it will just sit in the lockup, or it may even end up on one of my walls. So, let me see. Do I want to chuck a couple of other bits in here? What have I got around me? Yeah, okay. Look at the state. Now, here's a tip for you, right? The gentleman was selling this for £10 in the morning, and I don't pay £10 for them. And most I'll pay for these is about a fiver. So that's what I said to him. He's a regular dealer. He sells to me regularly. He knows where I buy. He knows where I sell. He knew I'd buy it. He came up to me in the morning. He said, "You interested?" And I said, "How much?" He said, "A tenner." I said, "No." I said, "Try and sell it all day. If you can't sell it, I'll give you a fiver at the end of the day if you want it." If, and I mean this is a big tip, if he had gone like this and gone and sold that, he would have sold it for his tenner. No problem at all. The state on that box, by leaving it in the box, all they could see was the damage and how dirty and disgusting the box was. If he had taken it out the box, thrown the box away, and just put this beautiful paperweight out on display, he'd have had his money. This is a Hafod Grange Lucite paperweight, beautiful encased flowers, and as you know, I sell these all the time. Do you want to look? Oh, you want to show those, do you? Come on then. And I sell these. Okay, come on then. I sell them all the time for a big one like this, £30, no problem whatsoever. Why do I only pay a fiver then? It's not about greed. It is about how long they take to sell. These might take 2 years, might take 3 years to sell. But I'll list it, I'll wrap it, I'll put it in a box, and I'll put it away. And it will go to a collector. I've sold countless numbers, but they're very slow. But part of being an antique dealer is you have to have a huge amount of stock and inventory so that you can, if you have, let's say, 100 items and you're selling 5% a week, you're selling 5 items a week. If you have 1,000 items and you're selling 5% a week, you're selling 50 a week. Make sense? Yes? Come on then. Come on then, show me these. Love you. Right. She wants to show you what I gave her this morning. I gave her... Go on then, what is it?
Hedgehog.
It is a Swarovski crystal hedgehog. And why did I give it to you? Because you fluttered them little bloody eyelids, didn't you, at me? You went, please. So Swarovski crystal is fully stamped up. This one's got the swan mark, not the block stamp, so it's a later edition. But she liked the hedgehog. And what's the other piece? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
What is it?
A swan.
Come here then. This is a swan. Now they come in £1 each, so I didn't mind. She wanted them. Now I haven't looked. I couldn't find the mark when I was at the boot on the day with the swan, but because they were claimed, it didn't make any difference. Beautiful pieces of Swarovski crystal, and they swam away. Go and put them on the shelf where you said that. Love you. So yeah, they got nicked off me. I think I'll call her there anyway, so I can see to little madam here, see what she needs. Hopefully you've enjoyed some lovely things. I can't wait to do the restoration videos. I'm going to do more restoration videos, to be totally honest with you. I got loads of stuff. I've even got them big pistons. I'm still waiting to do those. So before the end of the summer, I'm going to start doing lots of restoration. Get the things restored I want to, film them up, get them listed on the website, and yeah, just have a bit of fun. Anyway, if you haven't checked out the website recently, it's antiquesarena.com. There's some amazing articles on there. There's 5,000 pieces of stock. It's just a full, well, it's an inspirational website for you if you want to become an antique dealer. If you like these type of videos, or if you want to learn how to do this, then my YouTube channel is full of videos designed to help you and entertain you. So anyway, if you like the video, please like, comment, let me know if it's something you like. If you want to support the channel, a free way is to share the videos or to recommend the channel, the website, anything to a friend. And if you want to do that, then we're eternally grateful. Thank you very, very much. You do know. I'll see you soon. Do you want to say bye-bye? Do you want to say bye? Go on then.
Right.